today I'm delighted to introduce you to 6 new reports on the Geegez race cards for gold subscribers. To access them, click the race cards link from the main menu. You will then see a new series of blue buttons at the top of the page. The first 3 are familiar to you: today's race cards, tomorrow's race cards, and a how to use these cards post. The last 3 are new and contain 6 reports between them. The first of those is horses for courses, and as with the others, it does what it says on the tin. Specifically, it shows for every horse running today, if they've run at the course before, their complete track record since the beginning of 2009. This list, which runs all the way down to those horses that have had 1 or more runs without success, can be scrolled down like this. If you want to sort by time order, you click the time button, and we can see those in the first race at Southwell that have run before. We can see that Bonnie Fairy is 1 from 1 today, and so on. If you want to sort by track, then you can do that. Clicking it once sorts it alphabetically, clicking it again sorts it reverse alphabetically. Likewise for horse, trainer, jockey, runs, wins, places, and win percent and place percent. Now note that both places and place percent include the wins in the figures. So obviously a horse with 4 runs, which has had 3 wins and 4 places, 3 plus 4 equals 7, which is more than 4, so that clearly is impossible. However, this horse has run 4 times, it's won 3 of them and been placed on the other occasion, and as you can see in the percentages, we've got 75% and 100%, which reflects that. Also of possible interest is Baron of You Lady in the 4:30 at Wolverhampton, 7 runs at Wolverhampton, 3 wins, and all of her other 4 runs at the track were placed efforts. So that's the horse for course report, nice and simple. The next is the best of Ra report. Now this is a more complicated beast, and it brings together all of the race analysis report content across all of the races today into a single report. Now in order for a horse to appear on this report, they have to have at least 50% for a place percentage and at least 33% for a win percentage. All columns are sortable, so if I sort by win percentage on going, this will show me today's horse's win record on today's prevailing going. So for instance, Love You Whatever has run on today's going, which is actually standard because he's running at Southwell, run 6 times, won 4 times and placed 5 times. We can also see that his only run in this class was an unplaced effort, but at the course he's won 3 out of 4 and was placed on the other occasion, and also over this distance twice in this field size. Again, every column is sortable by runs, wins, places, win percent, place percent, and each of the individual columns is sortable as well. Attributes, I should say, is sortable as well. So if you're particularly interested in horses in their right class today, then you could click the win percentage for class, and you might be interested in the top performing horses there. If you were interested in distance winners for the place pot, you might click place percentage for distance, and you might be interested in, for instance, reaping the reward in the 210. Again, all fairly self-explanatory. Everything can be sorted using the column headers, and this is a great way to condense all of the individual race analysis reports into a single overview of the whole day's racing. And the third button is trainer stats. Trainer stats actually is a combination of 4 reports within a report. So the default shows trainers 14-day or 2-week form. These are all of the trainers with runners today and their performance over the last 2 weeks. So if we take Donald McCain, who is number 1 on wins, we can see he's had 11 wins from 48 runs, and he's had 20 placed efforts including those 11 wins, so 9 places as well as 11 wins. His win percentage is just shy of 23%, place percentage just over 40. Again, everything is sortable by the column headings. So if we were interested in the places, we could sort by place. If we wanted win percent, we can see that S. Crawford is absolutely flying with 6 winners and 2 placed horses from his last 11 runners. Who else might be of interest there? If we sort by place, we can see that Mick Appleby is also going very well, although they're not winning as often as he might like. They are hitting the board more than half the time. So that's the 14-day form. Now what we can also do with this, which is quite clever, is we can see if a trainer is coming into or going out of form by comparing it with the 30-day form. So for instance, let's use Donald McCain and Gordon Elliott as examples. We can see that for the last 2 weeks they've got 23% and 16 2/3% respectively win strike rate. Now if we click the 30-day form, we can see that Donald McCain has a 23.47% strike rate, and that compares with a 22.92% strike rate for the last 2 weeks. So in actual fact he is about the same. He's running consistently at about 23%, which is fantastic really. Gordon Elliott for the last 14 days has been running at a 16.67% strike rate. Over the last month he's been running at a 12.9% strike rate. So we can see that in the last 2 weeks he's actually been in better form than he was previously. So we might well be interested in what Gordon Elliott has to run today. Of course you can use these reports in their standalone format just by looking at the data as it is. The other 2 reports relate to trainers' track form, so how they've performed specifically at the course they're running at today. Now it is possible for a horse to be running, for a trainer to be running horses at more than one track. So if we sort by trainer, we can see that Mick Appleby, for instance, has got runners today at both Southern and Wolverhampton, and his respective records are there for both tracks. The same with David Barron, same with Brian Boff and Roy Bowering and various others, Carl Burke as well there. So again, we can sort by win percentage, by wins, we can sort by whatever we want to get the information that we believe is most material. In the case of someone like Steve Crawford, who's not had that many runners at Musselburgh in the last in the last year, but has a high strike rate, we can compare that with his longer term form by looking at the course form 2009 plus tab and sorting by win percentage. And if we can't easily find him, then we can obviously sort by trainer and scroll down to Crawford. Here he is, and we can see that in actual fact his overall form at the track is much less impressive, and those 3 winners that he had in the last year are all of the winners that he's had indeed since 2009, although 8 of his horses have made the frame. So if you were betting each way, or if you were betting from a place pot perspective, let's say, then you'd definitely be interested in Steve Crawford runners today. If you were betting win only, you might want to take a second look at the bare form of the last year, because it could be misleading. And that's the value of using these 2 reports in tandem, both the 14 and 30-day form reports and the course 1 year and 2009 plus form reports. And those are the 6 additional reports that have now been added to the gold area. I hope you enjoy using them, and I hope they add value to your betting experience.